morning while I was still asleep. I woke up, couldn't go back to sleep, so I got up, and I think what I'll do is play around with this little thing here, a little omelet maker. I've only used it a couple, 3 times, and I think it has a lot of potential to do things that maybe other people haven't thought of. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit this morning and just see how things work out. You know, I've had a lot of people say, where do you come up with your recipes? Well, it's ideas usually bounced off of something else or a situation, which like this, it's a situation where I have something I want to try out. And you certainly don't see all of, I don't make videos on all the recipes that I try. I have my share, in fact I think it's more than my share of failures. But you'll never succeed unless you try. So if you get an idea for a recipe, go ahead and try it. It may wind up feeding the dogs, but at least you know better than to try it again. And if it works out great, people say, wow, where did you come up with that great recipe? When it comes to breakfast, you just can't go wrong with the holy trinity of hash browns, eggs, and ham. And as long as you start with that base, you just can't hardly go wrong. But I also have some dried onion here that I'm going to constitute some of that along with the hash browns. Onion goes well with breakfast of any kind. Mix this in here. By the way, I get my hash browns from a place called Emergency Essentials. Now, a lot of places have them. Sam's do, in smaller containers. I get a 6-pound bag, which is probably the equivalent to at least 50 pounds of potatoes. It seems to last forever. This bag that I've got, I'm working down toward the bottom now. Probably got a couple pounds left, but I've been working on it for a year. But it works so well and so easy, and really in the long run is cheaper than trying to make them with fresh. And all I do is just put a little hot water on there, and they soak it up and swell up some, and I've got hash browns ready to cook. Well, I've got some hot water on here. Put just enough hot water on there to cover the potatoes, and they're already starting to swell. And I'm going to dice up the ham now. I'll use what I'd class as about a right size piece for a breakfast. Well, the clock is telling me that it is 7 o'clock. There you go. Rita's clock is talking to me. And it's also talking to her because I can hear her in the bedroom getting up. And I don't know what she's going to want for breakfast, but I'll take care of that when the time comes. And it probably won't come with her until 8 o'clock. Dice this ham here. Okay, got that done. And now all I have to do is just sit and wait for the potatoes to absorb all the liquid. The hash browns have now expanded here about a third or a half, and all the liquid is gone, so it's time to start putting this puppy together here. I'm going to beat this egg here a little bit. And I'll dump in the hash browns and the ham. Little ham pieces there, and fold it all together. And you know what, from experience I can see that that one egg is not going to be sufficient to hold all this together. So, well, I don't know. So I'm just going to throw in another egg at this point. I've made a lot of salmon croquettes and salmon patties, and the egg is what holds them together, and I know what it looks like when it's got enough egg in it to hold it together and when it doesn't. Yeah, that's looking a lot better now. And at this point I want to salt and pepper it. There we are. Now at this point, let's move down here to the burner and start putting that together. It's up, and I'm going to hit it with a little cooking spray here. Just, it's supposed to be non-stick, but I just want to be on the safe side. And I'm going to start filling the pan here with my mixture. Just exactly full. Now I am going to add a little butter at this point here. I'll just put that on there and it'll melt and go over it. And close this. And I'm going to turn the burner on to about where you do for cooking eggs. And just let it sit there and get hot and work. Well, it's been 10 minutes this way, and it's got steam coming out. It's making cooking noises down on the inside. So I'm going to take a peek what's going on. Oh yeah, look how it's growing, and it's getting brown around the edges. So at this point here, I'm going to just turn it over and let it have another 10 minutes on that side or thereabouts. Well, it's been on another 10 minutes on that side, and steam has stopped coming out, so I hope it's like waffles. When the steam quits coming out of waffles, they're done. And that looks fantastic. Let me see. And it's firm. And if I had hamburger buns, I would put it on them, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use chipotle buns. Not chipotle, I was thinking of this. I would have made some sriracha mayo, but I've got chipotle ranch, which I'm going to put a little bit on. Like that. And I suppose the way to do this would be like this right here. Clean that mess up. I hope the food police don't come along and charge me with using a square bun with a round food. Did you know that in plating up food there is a protocol on that? Round food goes on round plates. Square or angular food goes on square plates. It's just one of those little things. Doubles the sales of plates. So I'm going to take a bite of this now and see what I think of it. Get this bad boy around here and taste of it. It looks like it's cooked all the way through. It is. And I can taste the ham and the potatoes and the onion. I taste it a little bit. And of course the egg. And you know what, I was right. If you needed that other egg in here to hold it together, I think it'd be falling apart if it wasn't for it. Hot sauce, rooster sauce or something like that with mayonnaise, but I didn't have any of it. But I did have some chipotle ranch dressing, and I put some of it on here, and it is really, really good. So I'm going to take this and pour me some coffee and go have breakfast. I hear Frida's getting up, and by the time I finish this, she'll be ready for me to fix her something. Oh, incidentally, our meatloaf dinner last night, just as we finished eating, our neighbors next door came in, and they had been at the hospital for the last 24 hours with a daughter who had a stroke. And they were tired and everything, and I said, take this meatloaf and these beans with you and go home and have dinner. And so I just pay it ahead a little bit. And as I end most all of my others, thanks for watching. God bless America and God bless Texas. Bye. Have a great day.